God. These ads. I swear I'm offended. I'm watching my live. I've got a bra for small boobs. Seriously. Oh my goodness. How are you guys? Let me get to where I need to be. Oh my God. I think we've hit a tipping point. These tarotscopes have been so crazy this week. I just sit here stunned every day. Like, now what happened? What? I have never seen so much overlap between tarotscopes across not so much nations this time, but the players and the agencies and people getting in trouble. And it is like everything collided this week, from Uvalde, the Mueller report, to the hearings, to what else? What's the other thing that I don't know? But it's like they've all collided, but like even with SCOTUS and Roe, it's like they've all collided at the same time, same agencies. I just am really very, very stunned. But the biggest thing that really tipped it off for me was when I was looking more at China's tarotscope, and that I'm going to walk you through because I got dizzy and lightheaded several times when I started realizing what was happening. And that was last week before the weekend, right? So let me say hello. How are you guys doing? Thanks for coming on. Last minute, we had some really wicked weather here. I had wanted to announce that I was going to go live, but when we get weather rolling in like this, it's like, it's very upsetting. We're good, we're okay, but oh my gosh, I had family driving in the middle of it. It was just a little bit scary, but how are you guys? I'm so happy to see you. Hello, Paisley. And Michelle, my Belle, and Beth V, an almost empty nester. I'm almost an empty nester too. Hi, T-Barb, how are you hanging in there? I'm so glad to get out of this Taurus cycle. Carla, Rinchi, hello from Australia. I've got lots of goodies, stuff in the Pacific. Hi, Carol and Linda, Martha, Amasu, Rob D, Cherie. Oh, you've been waiting for me. Hi, Marie. And Charlene, Leslie. I just lost it again. Where did everybody go? Carol's awake. Catherine. Yes, Suzie. I'm so glad. Hi, Pamela Bryant is awake. I'm glad you checked in. T-Ride, Holly Coleman, good evening. Dr. Nancy. Pamela Bryant, Queen, I just know last week was no energy. Energy is finally back. Yeah, I need to comment on that. So this Mercury retrograde stationing forward was so beneficial for the hearings. For the rest of us, it was like, come on already. And then today, Mercury finally went into Gemini, and it was like this afternoon. I was like, oh my gosh, my brain can finally zig and zag. But Mercury was kind of like lethargic, no energy, heading into the weekend, over the weekend, just total like brain dead Sunday. And the reason why is because even though Mercury went direct, and this is what I loved so much, is that it took a long, when it went direct, I think Mercury was at like maybe 25 degrees Taurus, maybe. But then it hung out at 26 degrees for a long time and 27 degrees. And then just yesterday, I think it got to 29 degrees Taurus, and today it's at 0 degrees Gemini. We're kind of skipping forward again. But while it was hanging out here, oh my gosh, we had the first hearing last Thursday. Holy cow. But what that gave to us, several things. I should just grab some cards so the tarot can just really show us what it gave to us. This is the old criminal corruption spies deck. Because it was slow and sleepy, waking up from a retrograde. Taurus is earthy. It kind of like grounded everyone's brains to the earth to get into touch with reality and what's going on. And because it's in this fixed sign, it forced everyone's brain to go step by step by step and take in all the information. So this step by step, methodical, sinking into everyone's brains. And I knew it was sinking into everyone's brains because I was throwing tarot cards live. And I'm like, oh my God, everybody is getting it. So step by step, we, got it. We got to the end, to J6, and could figure out what the heck was going on. This is the end of the road. And this Mercury then let us handle all this very complex information with the law, with that person and the timeline and sequence of events. And then because Mercury just kept hanging out here, it wasn't zooming along where anyone could steal the show and, try to change the narrative. No, the narrative was stuck right here. So what people could do was regurgitate it and talk about it the next day. We have not been able to string our thoughts together for quite a long time. So we were able to take this in, listen to it, talk to other people, and realize what the effing happened. It was such a great dose of reality for people to really, really get it and be able to talk about it in simplistic terms. And these were eclipse points. We had the lunar eclipse last November, full moon at 27 degrees Taurus. So this really activated what from then? Well, the Eight of Wands is like a war. It's the speed. It slowed everything down with precision from last year. We've all been kind of like about Donald and bringing in what? How he's really a freaking spy and all those people working for him. It was an eclipse point at 25 degrees. We had the lunar eclipse in Scorpio that was really heavy and really difficult. That kid from Texas, that was the day of his birthday. That's when the mass events happened. So what did this Mercury do from back then? The Hermit reversed, being really oh, you know what this is? This is people clamoring and saying, we're done looking at this crap. We're done being shut out of negotiations with mass events. We were having mass events consecutively. It wasn't going away. They've been trying to wait us out. The Republicans have been trying to wait us out, and they cannot. This is different this time. Things are finally breaking through. It looks like there might be something coming to address these issues. It might not be what you want, but it's a breath of fresh air over 30 years. That is also colliding with all this stuff that I'm going to share with you. We needed this long pause. It was, yes, very tiring. We still now have Venus and Uranus in Taurus, so there's still this essence of step by step plotting around. We can't just rush through these things. Okay, so that, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I can't see this. No, Jim Jordan yelling. Thank you, Jeanine. Yes. We're reclaiming the narrative. Exactly. So that was very, very good. I would like to tell you that tomorrow, June 14th, is Don Julio's birthday. It's my anniversary too. But his solar return was actually today, this afternoon, during the day, was it mid-afternoon to the evening? There goes my throat. His chart, I will just... his solar return, he's fighting off and writing 12-page things about Bill behind bars. This is the tone that is setting off his birthday year. It's not very good. And in if he's in Mar-a-Lago, I took some screenshots of this, the horoscope at that time and the Eastern Horizon, the ascendant. He's not going to be happy about that. His sun is over here. He does not like being on this side of a chart. He likes being right here. Me, 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 me. But his sun is over here in this chart of partners. He can't break free from his partnerships. In fact, he's going to learn a whole lot about himself this year in relationship to the partnerships he keeps. He cannot get away from that. That is how it is set in stone in Mar-a-Lago, okay? The ascendant here, this is the rising sign for the United States of America. 12 degrees Sagittarius. That got eclipsed. I don't know which one it was, but the ascendant, the rising sign of the United States, had a solar eclipse, losing a solar figure. We got rid of Donald. We're remaking our image and how we lead the world in our relationships. But for Donald, he's in this part that he hates being in, and it's kind of like he's in fisticuffs all year with the United States of America. Jupiter represents our legal system and our laws. This is not fun. And on top of it, the top and the bottom of the chart, I think this is... Oh, too bad, so sad. So the top and the bottom of the chart, the thing that he's driven towards and the thing that's anchoring him in the ground, well, at the very top, now he has to deal with his partnerships. This is 22 degrees Virgo. Not only is this in direct square, creating tension for his sun. I mean, he's just going to be a grumpy old... This is a grumpy ass year for him, you guys. This is not good in Mar-a-Lago. And what he's grounded in and what he's rooted in and what he's trying to defend isn't square to his sun and what he wants to do, and he just can't break free and take charge of everything. So U.S. is going to be just breathing down his neck. He's just going to hate it, and he's not going to be able to get any leverage over this. His moon, his physical body is over. He's just not going to be happy at all because his moon is also in square to the top and the bottom because he was born under a full moon. I think he was born under a lunar eclipse. So he is in the crosshairs and the tension of a grand cross all year long. But the thing that's crowning him is 22 degrees. Virgo, that's USA. Neptune, that is white supremacy. That's P-boys and all them. And down here, 22 degrees Pisces. This is USA. Pluto return Neptune that just poked a hole in all of the gaslighting and where all the GOP want to hide. Think Mallory McGovern, is that her name? Her speech, she popped. She burst their bubble on the playbook, and that playbook has been busted down here. He's got nowhere to go. So who said that? No, Rob D. There's a new tarot card for Rudy, the king of inebriated cups. I added inebriated. Could you believe they said inebriated today? Okay, you know what? I need to drink water. There goes my throat again. Apparently, Pence said something. So, I guess tipping point is for Don Holy. So his, oh gosh, these are all falling out. Okay, this is like not even a chart. It's whatever. Donald solar return sun. How's the sun going to be this year? Oh. And his partners. What's going on with you? Oh, he is. He's so mad, you guys. These are all problems for him. He's just like, no harmony. And at the bottom, we have USA Pluto return bust in the playbook. Gonna bust up that, bust up that, bust up this. And now he is associated with P-boys, white supremacists, and, you know, kind of that insurrection thing. What's crowning all them? Oh boy. How do you like me now? Scales of Justice. Happy birthday. The Scales of Justice. The Scales of Justice have an agreement with putting an end to your bullshittery and trying to hang on to the presidency. We're going to find out about all that stuff. And he's in the 7th house, so his sun is going to be all, no. This is also China, Russia. I can't wait to show you this China stuff, you guys. It is mind-blowing. So my moon is my China, Russia card, because they're basically one and the same. It is just going to be a gauntlet of sorts for him, a maze to just try to get what he wants. He does not want to be here. He does not want his stuff exposed. And his challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. That could be China. It's just another nation with other money. That is what this year is going to be like with the Scales of Justice to boot here. Because the United States, the King of Cups, this is not Rudy. But this is President Biden. But it's also what Pooty represents to him. This is going to be like a showdown for him. The truth coming out, the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth, victory. This is the United States. They're not harmonious for him. They're pointing straight at him. And the Page of Cups, is that intercepts? What is it? Because this Page of Cups, I keep seeing this Page of Cups. That's like intercepts and NSO, spyware, and all his minions fighting. Oh, and going to jail. This is the tension he's dealing with. Now, the playbook, the gaslighting, they can't do that anymore. This is not the Tower card. Sorry, old edition playbook. Need a new playbook. The King of Wands. Strength. Their playbook about how they go about these things, gaslighting people, Russia, China, and their strength of influence is just at the root of everything. Can't escape it. It's not going to be working out so well for him as a strategy to try to protect. Because at the very top of the chart, the Ace of Pentacles, power and opportunities, it just wouldn't work for him. Can't take action and cannot find it. Things are changing. Actions are. He just cannot operate. Just feels incredibly frustrating to me for him, and he's got 365. Oh my God, you guys. He's got a full year of this. Okay, I did not print it. I have to tell you, I saw the Mueller report chart. I made a horoscope for that Mueller report. We have to look at that. I was just blown away. I cannot forget. It just screams all over it. The reason why the Mueller report was submitted was because it was such a threat to Donald's achievement. It is just one of those things where my again, another evening, my jaw's on the floor trying to figure this all out. How are you guys doing? Hi, Bonnie Douglas. They're trying to still gaslight. That's a fear, but you guys, doesn't the gas, it doesn't work anymore. They tried, but it's like everyone gets it now. Everyone's like, you can't do that anymore. On Nancy, on Trump's birth chart, he was born around the time of a full moon lunar eclipse and occurred on the day, basically he was born a lunatic, she says. That is hilarious. Hi, I am one. Hi, Queen and everyone. Glad to be here with you all. Such big changes going on. Maybe accountability is finally coming to the, yeah, it is coming. Okay, did you guys happen to see the live stream today? The presser, there goes my throat. Oh my gosh. With the Department of Justice. If you get a chance to look at it, watch it, because I am telling you, Attorney General Merrick Garland, he has a different stance about him, like almost a different aura, almost like slam dunk, yeah, we got that done. You guys, they are so far ahead of the game that they're not going to even let us know about. And you can just see it on Liz Cheney. You can see it on the congresswoman from California today. I can't remember her name. Her hair looked very nice, and so did her lipstick. But it's like something has resolved. And Merrick Garland had that sense today. So what he was talking about today was a bust that they had. They're going all out right now to address trafficking of arms, people losing their licenses. They gave an example in particular about someone in Texas who was illegally selling firearms. He did not have a license, but the dealer who was selling him firearms, that person lost their license. But this person who was illegally selling them, those guns were ending up in Maryland. They ended up somewhere else. But the thing that Garland kept emphasizing was this guy without a license would sell a gun, and within a week it would be at some crime scene, that it would be recovered in such a short amount of time. And I was like, oh, so there is something really huge related to, okay, let's get some cards, to this. And again, you guys remember when I recently, every time I talk about Uvalde, I'm like, we know there's a cover-up, but I'm like, there is something very specific that they're trying to cover up, and there is something very specific that happened there that got things going in motion rapidly in the background, like they were waiting on some information. Okay, where's my, I'm gonna have to use this. So that, yeah, what was the other thing? It was that, and then I just knew that this had something to do with Uvalde. So that was the final adventure I took today. Again, in cross-referencing all these tarotscopes and people, and the same people showed up. I will tell you, the last probably week or so, look at all these things I'm talking about. I want to throw cards on. I've been seeing Alito pissed, like slamming something down and just walking away like, fine. Like he can't get his way about something. I have seen ACB like scared, frozen, like what's going on? Like can't believe what's happened. Like she's trying to think of another plan. She's just still very quiet and just kind of sitting by herself. But Ginny, oh my God, she just feels like she saw Medusa but didn't turn to stone and just fell over like a tree, like on her bed. Like she is done. You guys, this is all related. Justice. I don't even know what I want. What are we looking at? So he had that presser, and it was about, and talking about the ATF and then trafficking. Like he was so proud of that. And then my hit on the cover-up with cover-up. I'm sorry. YouTube can read. I just don't want them to really. So there's this. And now we might have 20, or there goes my throat. My gut. I can't even talk. The gun bill. Holy cow. And why that's unfolding. and then Snotty Alito, and then ACB Can't Believe It, and Ginny Turned to Stone. I don't even know what this is, but I just feel like these are all connected. So we have Attorney General. He gives this, he's like so proud. Like he was, it reminded me of the graduation speech that he gave. Was it to Harvard where he went, his alma mater? That was really nice. So he just seems so proud of his work that we did with this thing and busting this guy. For example, this guy did this and what we're seeing. And I was sensing this got started and relate like this, oh. I'm told I need a different deck. I need a different deck. We'll do this one. I haven't done this one. Judgments. There, you guys, this is so messed up. What is going on? And I just feel like, I know they said that Roe is, but it just feels like so many things with SCOTUS are on pause because these guys were showing up with everything I was looking at. Everything. It's like, how do you have it? Okay, what am I looking at here? King of Cups. This is Putin. They got caught, news from abroad. I don't know where I'm going with these cards. Oop, the Four of Wands. Is this the White House? This is schools. Schools taking charge because the timing, they're just so sick of it. So Attorney General Garland was like so proud. There's that Death card again. We've come to an end. This is it. There is change. Seven of Swords. About face. We're not letting them get away with this anymore. This is ridiculous. We've had this problem with gun trafficking. They're putting an end to so many things. It was like kind of stunning. I couldn't even keep up with them. This is their new plan that they have. They're rounding everything up. We're done with this. Five of Swords. It's mafia, but it's also them, their willingness to go the distance. This is a part that's still being explored. They have not finished all their investigations because one thing leads to another. And then me thinking about this all relates to a cover-up there. The Lovers, an agreement. This is nation to nation. This is, again, I just got China firearms. China firearms. Queen of Wands, a leader of a different nation. This could be usually Putin, but, he's kind of, There you go. This is China. You guys, this is China. This is their stuff. Guys, China is everywhere. So what do I want to say? So what does this have to do with this now gun bill that we finally got movement on? We've made a decision. This has to happen. Because what did we discover here with this arrest that they made? This is how we were kept from being able to make the judgments. We discovered something with this. Someone's caught in a conspiracy, and now I just got Tom Barrack and Tom Grimes. This is what it is. Okay. Shh. My gosh, this is what it is. Last week, there was that 4-star General Allen was indicted for work he was doing with Cutter. Something else. But it was like that general, he did not declare Farah, he needed to. That whole case that busted wide open with him, because I don't know what's going on with the Mueller report, but then Tom Barrack, I don't know why he's on my brain too. Tom Barrack, his now roommate, why does he have a 27-year-old roommate? Anyway, Tom Grimes is trying to put his distance between him and Tom Barrack. Tom Barrack, you guys know, but like the whole thing that was so incriminating for him had to do with the Presidential Inaugural Fund. If you read Stephanie Winston Welcome's book, Melania and Me, it is stunning how often Tom Barrack shows up and tries to exploit her and make her the scapegoat for crimes. And I'm still waiting to hear about Mark Burnett, but like all these names, it's like they're all caught up in it. So is Ivanka. But this Tom Grimes, so what I'm thinking, because Tom Grimes also had to declare Farah, I think, this is my hypothesis. Oh, these are the cards I'm supposed to draw out now. I think whatever's going on at the Nexus with Tom Barrack, because there was a superseding indictment and he was charged with like 7 more things. I don't know what they were. I think Tom Barrack and Tom Grimes, they were the back channel. They were the back channel to these type of people, including Gorsuch and Kavanaugh, for all of them to other nations and dark money. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm supposed to read on. Thank you very much. Okay, so I got it. And whatever Tom Grimes information he has given up and the superseding indictment with Tom Barrack, I swear to God, this has a lot to do with what DOD Austin being in Singapore. You guys, there's such big stuff happening. Let me say hello to you guys real quick again. Hi, you guys. Hi, Shasta County, California. Maria, I'm waiting for the 10 of poison swords. I just remembered to hit the like button. Yes, please. Hi, Queen and everyone. Oh, wait. Hello, chat. Can I? Ivanka looked weird. Yeah, she looked like Cher. Cher said she looked like her. with that chandelier like in the way on her head. Bonnie, I'm very hot tonight. Woo! Mal Dom, if SCOTUS overturns Roe. Okay, stick a pin in there. You guys, I have always felt there's something on hold with Roe. We know that is the intention, but there is something going on with that like this. That Roe piece is part of this whole big thing I'm trying to explain tonight that I can't. Okay. We have Tom Barrack, Tom Grimes. And also, let's add over here Kavanasty, and Gorsuch. And then we have Ginny, and I'm telling you, Clarence is in hot effing. Whoo, he is in so much trouble. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. So, what the heck does Tom Barrack and Tom Grimes have to do with all this? What is their relationship with these guys and dark money? Okay, basically. Oh, look at that, Knight of Cups. What was their function? So he does this. This is his job. And then this is his job. Oh. Heritage. This could be heritage. So it's like they both have their certain job. So he does Does he do this or does... No, I feel like he goes more over here. China. Oh. Please open. It does not want to open with Russia. I don't know what to do. May I please see? What's up with... Of the Saudis. The Qataris. Dark money heritage. This feels like bing. Whatever's going on here, what did they find out about him? Like with the whole gun industry thing. And with Alito, what is he? Oh, and AC. Oh. We're not supposed to know about ACB. And Gorsuch. Not supposed to know about him either. Ginny. And Clarence. There goes Cavanassi. Ginny, Clarence, Cavanassi. Gorsuch, ACB. Strength. Look at all that. I've always said this has been like Russian strength. The strength card. This is the strength of the transnational mafia criminals that are filtered through these two yahoos. Oh, look at that. The Queen of Pentacles. Money from another nation and source. You betcha. This is how they hang on to our government. And we can't get stuff done with the guns. And we can't get stuff done with the trafficking. And we can't protect people. They don't want us to do that. John Barrack, you... Oh, over here, you... I bet that's... You get the news. They're roommates. To tell the United States of America. You're the contact person for USA. Meanwhile... Grimes, his roommate, the Star, the Hope. These are the undercover operations, like when these guys get excited with it, like you see Donald with the Star, what Donald needs to do, or like overturning Roe. Those major things, those points that have been traditionally non-negotiable, and they just go and do it without asking questions, no rhyme or reason, no matter how many ethics they blow through, because it comes from here. They don't question it. They don't care. Covered in, yep. Russia, King of Cups. These are the orders. This is a guy that is supporting the Don Julio admin, and this is what you have to do. In fact, Donald showed up with the Star this week. I threw several tarotscopes, but he did show up like that. This is your back channel. So, Tom Grimes with China. There you go. This Page of Swords, the spy. This isn't just being a spy. This is digital stuff. This is everything digital, crypto, ransomware, hacking, that whole swordsy thing against the U.S. And those people, the Russia, the Emperor, the one who takes charge. Yes, he's having a war, but he is the front store to act like he's the emperor, but it's this big show and he's just the one in front, so nobody looks at these other things. So my humble opinion is China tells Russia what to do, and then Russia says, this is what you gotta do. I'm the emperor. Down here with the Saudis, oh, the Ten of Wands. That is data transfer. These are all those burdens related to the Saudis. These are all the cases against the Saudis. Don't indict us. Bill Barr shutting down the case against the Saudis from the 9/11 families who wanted to sue them. They have a lot of problems and they need to look good. The Qataris. The Qataris get caught in the crosshairs, but they have money to spend. And they need a lot of help, so they're willing to throw their money in too. Here we go. Dark money. Think Heritage Coke is all over this too. Ooh, Seven of Cups. The GOP always hides behind the Seven of Cups. I'm telling you one thing, but really what I'm doing is I will not let you know what we're doing with these things. I'm going to tell you this, and this is like the block so nobody can know what's actually going on. Okay? That's Tom Grimes. So this is the stuff abroad. This is Tom Barrack. He gets the news. Queen of Cups. What are we supposed to do here in the United States? This is, who is this? This is his influence with the gun stuff. Gun manufacturing has been very, very successful for them. This is one of their prime successes and accomplishments. Being able to have a total grasp on this and control. Alito. There you go. Yes, this is Roe. Yes. But it's like he writes opinions with information that's given from the Russia. This isn't about exploiting that, but these are also resources. It's like Russia has picked apart every single law, loophole, and it's like he gets to figure out and fine-tune like these opinions related to this that makes us so crazy. ACB with Tom Barrack. There you go. She helped execute the plan, but she's like trying to act like I don't really know anybody, but she does. I mean, for F's sake, she was sworn in by Clarence. She does this with the government. So he writes the opinions, and she sees to it that everything is followed through. With Jeanine, the Sun, she works on all the moving parts for the government to make sure it gets done, like, you know, contacting 29 Arizona legislators. And Clarence, there's that death card again. Like, this death card, I have been feeling that Clarence Thomas has gotten caught in some serious... There has been, like, an abundance of intel or intercepts or people... I don't know what it is. There's been so much information. It has just, like, blown up since especially over the weekend. I am just blown away by... It's just like everything has broken free. Broken loose. Who's this? Gorsuch. Suppression. Making people powerless, like with his anti-union, his libertarian stuff. And then we have Kavanasty, who 7 wands, fights back, can't fight back. Why? I don't get this. Why is he the 7 wands reversed? Because... Oh, he's able to fight back, but he uses, like, the wrong language. Like, you know how these guys can talk about something, and it's like they miss the target and they talk about something else? It happens all the time. Like... Well, for example, the whole gun bill thing. Yeah, we need to talk about mental health. And they don't talk about the things that really matter. So he's kind of like the distractor type of guy that hides the stuff that's really going on, and he tries to get it done quickly. This is what this was all about. I swear to God, this stuff, this whole Tom Barrack, Tom Grimes thing is so huge to what's going on. Let me check in. How are you guys? Michael, I met a Ukrainian's dad who a battalion of Russian tank unit at the Battle of Kursk at the Fort Pierce in the they're rich. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's rich Russians all over. I cannot wait to get little Russia out of Florida. It is just, oh my gosh. And Ron DeSantis, you should have seen all the tarotscopes I threw on him. he's in so much trouble too. He has like individual it's not just Russia. Of course, it's like there's China and there's the Saudis and if that's how it is for him, I'm sure that's what's going on with Texas. I'm sure, you know, all those radical Republicans are doing this crazy, crazy stuff to protect the investments of the transnational mob that they should not be doing anything with. Okay. Hi, Queen. What is the name of the tarot, the shiny black deck I'm using? Here, I'll show it to you. It's in Chinese, but it's that's just all it is. It's the holographic. It's a really thick card. These cards, you can see the warp, like they bend in. They totally feel different in the hand, and they're heavier. They're sturdier. It's interesting. Yes, we want, yeah. Okay, T-Barb, no problem. We'll see you later. Okay, you guys, I have to go to this tarotscope. We have to talk about this because this is a thing that just had me just blown away. There's so much stuff going on with China. And have you noticed? They never talk about China. They talk about the other countries, usually Russia, but not China. So this was the horoscope. The quarter moon. Quarter moons are crisis points over Beijing. And look at this. The top of the chart where they're going, and then the bottom of the chart that anchors them, gives them stability of where they're going and where they came from and what they're protecting. I couldn't believe this. The top is 26 degrees Scorpio, right in between that November lunar eclipse and the lunar eclipse a month ago. It's sitting right there in the middle. And Scorpio with the South Node is about releasing and dissolving things. Where you're going is what they are anchored in. And this is at 26 degrees Taurus. Remember, I said that Mercury kind of came here and stopped. And then it went retrograde. And it's been lingering here at the basis foundation. It is like they got busted, you know? And then here, this axis here, this is the first house, who I am. 7th house, remember Don Julio's solar return is over here. He's going to hate it. But this axis from the 1st to the 2nd, 7th to the 8th, we have this 22 degrees Virgo, this 22 degrees Pisces mark here. This is USA Neptune. This is USA white supremacists and P-boys and all of that crap and slavery. Here is the new Pluto return USA Neptune that feeds their income, that has busted their playbook. Okay? So it's like you can just feel how USA Pluto return last February is rippling out through the rest of the world. And we have round number 2 in July. So just hang on, because these guys are going to get broadsided again. This full moon we're having tomorrow is sitting right on top of Don Julio. It's just, it's so bad. So, I'm so thirsty. Now, last week, I did like a 10-minute video because I'm like, you guys, I'm really concerned about what's going on in China, because I kept pointing to this card, the moon void of course. Something is missing, because what I notice when we have a void of course moon and something is missing, it is waiting on something or someone to act out, like when we had the mass events. And I talked a lot about that in detail. I can't like even remember what I was talking about with that. But so what I did was I really had to break this down, because it is, I hope I can do this correct. Where does this belong? Fool. Oh. The Seven of Pentacles. This freaking Seven of Pentacles. Always pay attention to that. I know I kept saying this was P-Boys and stuff. This, I think, is the transactional nature of whoever is representing China to get goods and things done. And it needs a trigger. Yes. Hang. Where's this Knight of Wands? Knight of Wands. Oh no. Okay, so these were the cards on the bottom, actually. There were a lot. So, I keep these extra cards in my deck from the anniversary deck of the Smith-Waite. What this boils down to, this, I call it Carol, because that's like the name and the title of this painting. But this has to do with a government giving directions to another person. The Wands card is like a person being approached. It approaches the executive offices, okay? So if you see the Carol, like the Carol with the Seven of Pentacles, they're saying go do this, and it's like a person shows up with the Wands card and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like now they're going directly to our highest legislation in our government to carry that out, okay? So this went Wands Carol. Wands Carol. 6 minutes. So this is how this looks. Card of the reading. What energizes this chart in China is that they're able to go talk to someone with some directions. They're going to pay them in charitable ways. We're going to pretend like we're not taking action on something, but this is the disguise for what we really want to have done. And the cards with that, the directions from the China. This is your mission, and this is how we're going to do it. The Eight of Pentacles. It's like such a refined, a refined thing that they do over and over and over again. Okay. So when I look at these cards, so this is what energizes. But the thing is, when you looked at the astrology cards for the ascendant, we had so then the bigger picture on how these things then work intimately. Aquarius, I know that can be like a tarot. This is like last week when that stuff was still going on. Last Thursday, the Department of Homeland Security issued a warning that there could be a copycat Uvalde incident. And on that same day, 3 Lakes, Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin. This is where I go, you guys. This is the resort town that, one place that we go to. They had to close schools for 3 days or for 2 days because of the threats that they got. The town only has like 1,000 people, but they were worried about a copycat incident. So this is way up in northern Wisconsin. And then much later on, and I only happened to catch this because it was in my feed from someone in Canada, so that was not able to happen. But what did happen off the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, so You have Wisconsin. I'm sorry. You have Wisconsin, then you have the Upper Peninsula of Michigan right here, okay? And you have Lake Superior, Lake Michigan. Not even 12 hours later, Algoma Steel spilled 5,000. Company was purchased around 2017. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, there's a rush all over that. And there is. 2017, it was purchased by India's Essar Oil, ESSAR, in 2017. Rosneft made a deal with India's Essar Oil in 2017, and they used the collateral. Remember when Citco was bankrupt? Yeah. It was related to that transaction, 2017. So, do you get what I'm saying? This quarter moon, China needs a player. Aquarius, I know of a terror thing that you're going to set up. We've got 3 lakes. We have the oil spill. We had a yod here pointing at the opposition. Something's going to happen. At Capricorn I use, that is using materials from a government or like a business. That doesn't belong. And they had their 7th house partner. So it's like they needed a trigger to happen like that. This didn't get a lot of air cover. So that's what's setting the stage. So when we looked at these cards going to the 7th house of a partner, because it needed a 7th house partner, it is looking at the 7 of Pentacles. I need a 7th house partner who will invest in whatever I'm trying to trigger here. Why do I have the star here? Oh, okay. So what I'm looking for then here is for anybody's tarotscope to match the 7 of Pentacles. What's even more powerful is someone who has the star card over here, because this was on the ascendant, you know, the card of the reading, the thing that energizes it, and it's looking for a 7th house partner because they want to provoke something. So what's even more powerful is someone who has the star card near the 7 of Pentacles. And the star card came up with, listen to this, and I did this several days ago. I can't even. Moscow, Trump Tower. Trump Tower had the Capricorn I use card here. China had it here. They needed a partner over here in the 7th house. This once card, where is it? Where's my once card? Another government coming to a person, hey, do this for me. That's as powerful. That was Mar-a-Lago. The star card came up with the FBI's counter-espionage plan. So our counter-espionage plan intervention came up here too. So that told me that like our DOJ and the good guys know something is timed, know something is going to happen, and they have a counter response ready to go. The star card came up with the FBI, who seized General Allen's servers last week. He's the general that was indicted last week for doing something with Qatar, not disclosing money, hiding things. They went in and seized his server in his home. See, this triggered off so much stuff. There goes my throat. And who else had the star card? Amy Coney freaking Barrett. Who had this once card looking for a partner? Clarence Thomas. And the gun bill. This pulled it all together. And I'm telling you, these same yahoos show up every other place. This, the Hierophant. Here in the 8th house, shared resources, shared debts, shared whatever, shared espionage. This came up with Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago had this with the Carol card, meaning talking with another government on something to do, and NSO Pegasus spyware came up with this as well. That Two of Swords, trying to sort people out, filter people out. This is like the house of espionage. We have the Fool card up here. Usually it's the card for indictments, charges. Roger Stone, Gorsuch. This was here for that town of Three Lakes with that threat. And over here, shared resources. This came up with the Joint Chiefs. Like, it's all related. And the thing I can't figure out, like the Strength card, I did a tarotscope for the National Guard. I cannot... Something else happened with the National Guard with SCOTUS and that fencing. But I just threw a tarotscope. And then the National Guard is showing up all over the place. So I don't know if it's necessarily just the National Guard or things that represent the National Guard. There's something going on with the National Guard, you guys. I had no idea. I just am floored at how it keeps showing up. Here, who else had this Strength card besides the National Guard? What's here? Steve Scalise had it here, right? So when they're right next door, that tells me like you're passing something off to someone or you're just right there to get it done. It's almost like having the card, but it just replicates all the time. Something happened in D.C., Trump Tower over here, and it came up for freaking Steve Bannon by himself. Over here, I think I was telling you guys that when you do a tarotscope, where's the 11th house? Well, this came up for China here. The 11th house came up with the 11th house astrology card. So to me, that's a sign everyone has to bend to the will, give way, yield to whoever has the card. So all these things have to yield to China because they have the card. So if anyone gets the 11th house, I look to see what negotiations are going because this is the highest place to have it. And they had temperance, blending of some things, and the moon, Russia, China. They are the king of networks. That's where it's all happening. So this, what happened over here, temperance and moon, the moon showed up here for Trump Tower for a partner. This showed up here, 5th house of the sun, for Mar-a-Lago. And over here for messages was Uvalde. You got that? China owns the network. Looking for partner, looking for love in all the wrong place, right? Looking for a partner to carry something out and alert the government, through a government type of source. This, here goes my throat, moon card showed up here at a 7th house of partners with Trump Tower. It showed up here, the 5th house of the sun, a leader for Mar-a-Lago, whatever Mar-a-Lago's doing. And then it showed up here, the 3rd house of messaging, think of NSO, espionage, surveillance, showed up here for the Uvalde tarotscope. Whatever is going on in Uvalde, China absolutely has a hand in it, whether it was micro-targeting and officers on the ground. And notice how quiet everything is about that. Can you guys believe that? Let me check in with you because this is a big, long thing. Isn't that crazy? Pamela Bryant, good grief. Was there anything? No, there was nothing that he did not sell, and he's still selling stuff. Michael, there's a recruitment process where women get but have a record and fall into the oldest profession. It's linked to. Yes, it is absolutely linked to the prison industrial complex. I would like to say that is linked to trafficking, all that stuff. Paisley, what do you mean? So what are we missing? It's all connected. It's all connected. And I will tell you, okay, so this is just so much information. I'm not going to go into any more detail about that. But the things that I was looking at, especially with China, the hearings, what's going on at Mar-a-Lago, the major news headlines that we were getting. But the big thing I was looking at, which I was like, I have to get this off my chest before we go into a full. Now, where is it? Where is it? Did I? Okay, where are you? No. Oh, are you packed away in here? So I wouldn't. God, see, there's Roe. There's Roe, and I think they are all. I feel like ACB and Alito and all them got busted. My God, the Mueller report too. I mean, it's so. What was the last thing? So finally, this was a big thing. I'm like, I am done with this stuff with the full moon, but I had to find out. So today, Attorney General Merrick Garland gives that awesome presser about what they're doing about gun trafficking. This was the first reading that I did, I think, maybe, that it had to do with why is he so happy, like he's celebrating that he got something done, and also me realizing something has broken loose. We've hit the tipping point. There's just been a flood of information coming out. Like, I almost wonder if Stuart Rhodes is cooperating, because he's all over the place, but I'm like, he's in jail. But it could also maybe be intercepts of him. So I'm thinking about this whole thing that the Department of Justice has set out with today with ATF. There's been a huge victory behind the scenes that we cannot see. And there's something going on with the Mueller report. And get this, and I just realized this the other day. So when the Mueller report was submitted to Bill Barr, that was, I think, these a-holes. I have got to do this chart with you. That was submitted March 22nd, 2019. The sun was 1 degree Aries. That was the very bottom of the USA chart. The very bottom of a chart is what you're trying to defend. Bill Barr rushes in there. Mueller hands over the report, and Bill Barr can now protect his interests with Don Julio, with the United States of America, but not for long. So that was in 2019, and then I realized, holy crap, that Mueller report was submitted while the ANOM app was being used. You guys remember this? I know I'm just jumping all over with information. I just got to get it out before we have this full moon, because things are going to get crazy. So if you recall, it's that video where I could not stop laughing. I've never laughed so hard doing a reading. The ANOM was the FBI app that was developed, I believe, it hit the markets in 2018, because in 2017, some Yahoo out of San Diego who was making black market apps, encrypted apps, he got busted. And part of him doing his time, last year we found out he had been a cooperating witness for over 2 years, which is an extremely long time, supposedly. But so part of what he did then, and they created this encrypted app. Okay, that went to market on the black market in 2018, and it went out mostly to like Australia, and to do and I want to say the Netherlands, Northern Europe. So this was the FBI's encrypted app that they put out there. And what they did was, it hit the market in 2018. Maybe it was in 2017 they were coming. Anyway, so what the deal was, this is an encrypted app, and every single text message that was sent by a criminal or wanting to commit a crime or whoever they were working with, a copy of that text was blind copied to a third party country. We don't know who that third party country is, but they received every single text. The United States, the FBI, never received the text, okay? Until this was unsealed on June 8th, 2021. We found out about it. And part of the agreement with this third party country then was that they would take all of our texts and then we get our texts on this day. The only exception, there goes my throat, was if they were reading the text and someone's life was in danger. Then they would tell the FBI and the FBI would intervene. And supposedly they intervened and they saved like 50 people who were slated, to get murdered. Okay. So in this time, there were over 20 million, I want to say almost 25 million texts. There were over, I think, 10,000 devices that were being used around the world. And those devices were geo-fenced, meaning that if this app was being used in the United States, it would not submit the texts unless that app left the United States and came back in. Then those texts would be actively logged here. Okay, so we still had to get through 25 million texts. This was last summer. So this is why I think, remember Chris Ray was driving you guys crazy because in one hearing he said, we had no idea about this stuff. And like in another hearing he got caught. He's like, oh yeah, we knew. And then the GOP was like, what are you talking about? You said you didn't know, blah, 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 blah. You're lying. And I don't think he was lying. I think he was telling the truth because in my humble opinion, I think he after the fact got the text, but then he couldn't tell them, it's because of this ANOM app. This is what, so he just had to take it from everybody. So why am I telling this big, long story? Is because on March 22nd, 2019, the Mueller report was submitted to Barr, which means the entire time of the Mueller investigation, this app was out there. And who knows how many other FBI apps are out there? And does the FBI have a market share of burner phones? That's been my big question. Maybe. I can't wait to find that one out. I don't know if we ever will. So this big long story, you know what ANOM is. You understand that it was active during the time of the Mueller report being written. And ANOM, the United States, was working to crack down on international crime, smuggling, trafficking, weapons, murders, homicide, whatever, internationally. But so for the United States, that was known as Operation Trojan Shield. I think like in Australia, it's Operation Iron something. I don't know. So all the countries that we're working with this app, it's all Operation something. So Operation Trojan Shield. So let me get back to what I was talking about. I wanted to know, given what Bill Barr was talking about, Attorney General Garland was talking about related to guns and what they found out about guns, whatever this big intelligence, whatever's just come spilling out, I wanted to know, based on the information that was coming out, where we were with the Mueller report, how much of that was related to Operation Trojan Shield. And look at all of these names. I'm going to sit down. I'm just going to list these things off to you, okay? And I'm going to list them off for you because these are the same names that keep showing up in everything else this week. Like, I was expecting to see more from Mitch. I was expecting to see more from Lindsay or those, and they were just very quiet. Like, people who not a lot going on, but these repeated all the time. So, Operation Trojan Shield. When we look at a horoscope, where's Washington, D.C.? Washington, D.C. This Operation Trojan Shield, we have the Ace of Wands taking action. The Smithsburg, there was a shooting in Smithsburg outside of Maryland. I don't even think I can do cards, you guys. You know what these look like. So for the Ace of Wands, we had Smithsburg and Amy Coney Barrett. Reversed. I don't know why. The thing giving life to this chart, we also had the Three of Pentacles. People having secret talks, decisions. This is the FBI seizing General Allen's server. Again, Amy Coney Barrett came up with both of these. What's she doing with Operation Trojan Shield? We have Cruz and Flynn showed up here. We also had the Three of Wands, the plan that comes out there. That was NSO. This was in Washington, D.C. CIA Burns, Director Burns. The oil spill, I talked about that oil spill. Donald about the January 6th hearings. Donald about President Xi. And Gorsuch. What were you guys doing with Operation Trojan Shield? Really? This is the overlap of Trojan Shield and the Mueller report, okay? This is like such highly specific information. And I just can't believe these guys show up. So then we're going to go over here into the secret area. The Chariot. I'm moving stuff. Whose secret is moving stuff? We have, who is it? Intel. Written like this. This is FBI, CIA, all of them. Regarding the Mueller report, I think. We have DeSantis. In his treason. We have the Department of Justice. We have the coup. We have Mitch. There's ACB again. Hidden enemy. Hermit. Well, that's surveillance. You're in trouble. We've got DC. We've got Alito here. ACB again. Who else? Whoever's funding the war. Stone and Uvalde. When it comes over here to networks, we had a bunch of cards here with networks. We have Uvalde. We've got freaking ACB again. We have Alito. We have that oil company. Not the oil spill, but the oil company. And then Manafort and Stone are kind of in the area. And the clerk responsible for the Roe report. Crowning this Operation Trojan Shield, we have the oil company. We've got Alex Jones. We've got Donald regarding Putin. Over here, shared resources was the Four of Cups. We've got Thomas, Justice Thomas, and Alex Jones. Why? Why are they so Operation Trojan Shield in Mueller report? It's so crazy. When we get into our partnerships, which was the Sun, Uvalde, DeSantis, and Qatar. We have NSO, spyware. We have Cruz, and we have Flynn right next door. When we get to like public servants, day-to-day activities, this Operation Trojan Shield in the Mueller report, what do we have here? we have the Four of Pentacles. DeSantis on his own. We have the oil company. Why do I have DeSantis again? And we have Kavanaugh nearby. Fifth house of the sun, that is a leader. Why the heck do we have the Mueller report and Operation Trojan Shield? We have Ted Cruz is the only one that showed up here with that Two of Swords, Queen Swords, or Queen Cups. Over here, defenses on the ground. Mueller report and Trojan Shield. We've got China. Of course. We have Washington, D.C. We have Kavanaugh next door with messages. We have the ODNI, and get ready for this one, you know, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. We have Fanny, you know, from Fulton County, Georgia. What does she know? What does she know? Right? Then, the comms, Operation Trojan Shield, and the Mueller report. We have, what do we have here? Mar-a-Lago. Gates is nearby, right there, and Roger Stone. In the second house of values and assets, income gains, we have, there's Justice Thomas again in the second house. We have General Milley, nose. The National Guard shows up again next door. We have Scalise next door over here. And we have Donald regarding the J6 hearings. What in the heck? You guys, something has burst open with these hearings. And then finally, the first house. I did not talk about, do I have, can you see over here, this first house? Had the Fool card. Also the Four of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. We have DeSantis and Russia. This is Operation Trojan Shield in the Mueller report. We have, again, the National Guard. Now is up here in secrets. We have SCOTUS. We have the clerk. We have Rhodes, Stuart Rhodes, up here in secrets. We have the Department of Justice. Oh, thank you very much, Bonnie. We have Kavanaugh. And next door is Manafort. Like, this is highly specific. I'm not just throwing one tarotscope. I'm asking about Operation Trojan Shield and the Mueller report. How do these things intersect? It's all the same freaking people. I am surprised I did not have Tom Barrack show up, but I did look at him and all of his connections, and he's just why is Uvalde so effed up? That's my UVFU. That's all over it. Again, we have, with Tom Barrack, we've got like Alex Jones, we've got the coup, we've got Donald, we've got SCOTUS, Heritage, Alito, Thomas, Alito, Flynn, Cruz, ACB, Ginny, Coffee County, Georgia. Oh God, if you guys heard about like those election servers being accessed in Coffee County, Georgia, we've got that. We've got Donald about Putin. We've got Flynn, the National Guard, and Kavanaugh, the clerk, and ACB, and Scalise, Jones, Gorsuch, Flynn, Manafort, Clarence. Here, Vice President Harris. I could not figure out. Oh, this is why I was looking at the Mueller report. Her signifier. I'm like, why are you the Five of Swords? You're a nice lady. Why would you be the Five Swords Mafia? Because that's what the Mueller report came up with as its signifier. Harris is all over the Tom Barrack thing. We've got Heritage. We got Who's Funding the War. There's ACB again. We've got Clarence, Ivanka, SCOTUS. Why is Uvalde so effed? We've got DeSantis in China, the office, our Director of National Intelligence. We've got the CIA, Gorsuch, Bannon, Ginny, and the National Guard again. That's with Tom Barrack. So I said all I needed to say before this full moon. Now we get to do it all over again. But this is what Donald's solar return and birthday are writing on, you guys. Let me check in with you guys. That was really, really long, but I just wanted to show it to you because it's so crazy. Okay, what are you saying here? Well, I need to see this. Oh, the body cams. Oh, I bet those were if the doors were not locking, everything else was conveniently not working. Okay. Paisley will ask that. You absolutely know they were messed around with ahead. Okay, where's the rest of this deck? Where's the rest of this deck? Here it is. I know, so fascinating, right, Susie? I just, it's like I get in a trance when I'm doing these tarotscopes. Last night, an hour and a half passed by. I had no idea. I thought it was just maybe 20 minutes, as I think as those last two I was looking at. And it's just like this whole like movie starts playing in my mind. Like, ACB is pissed. Alito is like, wants to take his ball and go home. He's just so angry. Okay. Where was the master key? They didn't have one. They didn't have a master key. And it wasn't even Ariendo who came back with the master key. I think it was one of the guys. I don't know. It was from CBP. Someone else got a key. And then there's a whole hypothesis that the door might have not even been locked because they don't even know if someone checked to see if the door was locked. Okay, so what am I asking about? We have the body cams. Wait. I don't know how to draw this out. These are the Uvalde police body cams. What was it? Wait, what was it? There was some body cams. Why they don't want them. Okay. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I need to see those body cams. Wow, there's a really, they are afraid down there. These are the body cams. What's the condition of these body cams? What's going on down here that we cannot see? It's like out of the norm. Oh, these feel like it's really tightly packed in. They're screaming, don't release them because, don't release that. Challenge. Don't release that. Challenge. I think I need more cards. Don't release that. Don't release that. This is like a chain of command. There's like, it's like trickling down. Oh, oh, hello. I'm getting manufacturing down here. Manufacturing. Oh, boy. These are the body cam. Oh, here. Ooh. Page of Cups. Intelligence. Information. Data. Recording of events. I had asked in one of the readings that I did whether or not, you know, like Ariando, all of them had real-time surveillance. People could surveil and give them intel in real time. I feel like that's what that is. It was a conspiracy. There's your conspiracy. There's the King of Swords. Intelligence, another Nate. I think these represent other forms of comms. The Five of Swords. This is the body cam. The cameras aren't recording. Turned off. We can't see what they're doing. Timing. It's going to give the timestamp. They're not going to be able to keep the story straight with timestamps on this. And location. I knew that was location. Timestamps, location, comms. This is going to blow their story. They do not want this information out at all because they had, remember, I told you they had to work very hard with the forensic astrology to get a story straight because things just were going really bad in the last 20 minutes or so. So this is what's with it. They were manipulated. The body cams were manipulated. There was an agreement with the timing turning them off. This is the only way they're going to be able to fight back and keep their comfort and security with their jobs because of what they manipulated. And so they're like, don't release it. This person's, don't release it. I'm happy. Don't release it. We're happy with the way things are right now. The King of Wands, we've got a challenge. I think this is a different leader outside of Uvalde telling them don't. And because China shows, I can only assume this has to do with China, like real-time information on the ground or something tracing back to that. Don't release them. Four of Swords, because this is software that was dormant but was activated. Nobody wants you to see the software because the truth will come out. It will hurt them very badly. Now this deck, the Knight of Pentacles, a mercenary, an offer. There's money involved in here, values and data. That's under investigation. There's your conspiracy again, the Three of Cups. So I felt like, don't release it because of these things. Bad news is coming out about it. There's that King of Swords again. Where is he? I don't know where he is. That King of Swords, I just feel like this is intel from another country. There's your Strength card. Because people are going to figure out why we're so strong and our police force has so much money, etc., etc. Now, this feels like it dribbles down because I feel like this is the crime scene and manufacturing. So this dribbles down. The Emperor, that was Russia. Whoever's in charge of this gig, there's a big secret. This is one that fell out, the Empress. Somehow in the past with the shootings, this is shown as like like a school full of children, you know, ripe with targeting. This is trickling down. It's like the secret. Now we're getting to the Ace of Pentacles, money, opportunity, whatever happened here that will be discoverable through the body cams. Now we're getting into a bigger secret, and the money and opportunity that is in these body cams, hiding the secret they don't want anyone to know with manufacturing. They don't want their defenses out, who they're doing business with, their treason and betrayal, the Nine of Swords, the crime and corruption. That is why they do not want the body cameras released. It is much easier to have everyone hate them, call them names, but they can still retain their power. They can still stay in office and hopefully wait everybody out. And they pray this will never, ever come out. But I think the FBI is already on this. Okay? So that's that. Okay? Oh, Abbott in China, Abbott in the South. It's like the same thing over and over. And I think that Arredondo and that Mayor Boss Hogs are in it. They were recruited by Abbott to do these deals. The you know, gun, school, security industry now. Okay? So, yes, China stocked up on soybean reserves when Donald crashed the domestic farmers. Interestingly, it was Russia that started to grow their soy again for them and then blocked us out. So I am going to end it there, you guys, okay? That was a lot of information. That was just a lot of information. We have the full moon is tomorrow morning, I think around 10 something on the East Coast. We're going to have that full moon, and then the moon is going to aspect Neptune. There could be a lot of rainfall still to come. And so this full moon is going to kind of climax to something. It is not good for Donald at all. There are still, like, I feel like dams breaking in the ethers. But it's June. It's June. You guys have a great weekend. What day is today? Why am I saying weekend? It's just Monday, right? I'll talk to you guys sooner than later. But you guys, thanks so much for coming tonight. Thank you so much, moderators. Thank you for your lovely donations. Thank you, Paisley. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Bonnie Douglas. Oh, Michael Grant says it's at 7:51 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, Jean. Yes. Holly Coleman. Thank you, Dr. Nancy. Rhonda Wilson, look for TF. He is going to blow a gasket. He is just, wow. NSJ05 you're here. I'm glad you were here. Greetings all. Thank you, Ashley. I know it's Monday, right? Okay. Debsy, thank you. Okay. Have a great evening. Happy full moon. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Thank you, Shelby.